So has Palestine released all the hostages? They released all the hostages for phase 1. There's still phase 2 and phase 3 of this, so-called ceasefire deal. Pay attention to this ceasefire. They wanted Zelensky to sign a ceasefire deal, and they're going to watch Israel break the ceasefire. There's been killings the entire time. They hurried up and killed a whole bunch of people right before the ceasefire was to take place. And, I know things happen here and there, but they killed a 12-year-old. They killed like 2 kids in the West Bank. They're demolishing a farm. In fact, I'll ask this question later on, but here's the first question, right? Hamas has released 33 hostages, 25 individuals, and then 8 dead bodies, right? So that's 33. That's the first part. And then the final group of the 6, despite these releases, there are more than 70 hostages that remain in Gaza. So there was, like 200 or something? So 70 hostages remain in Gaza, with Israel estimating that at least 34 of them are dead. The ceasefire's first phase, so all for the sake of 34, 35, 36 individuals, they've killed 300,000 Palestinians. You think that's a little goddamn over fucking kill? Is that not overkill? That's an overreaction. That'd be like if you went up to somebody and you kicked them in the shin, and then they chopped off your head, chopped off your mother's head, chopped off your father's head, chopped off your children's heads, chopped off your entire family, then went ahead and burnt down the entire fucking neighborhood. That's, how dare you kick me in the shin? Okay, what did everybody else have to do with, you getting kicked in the shin by, person A? Person B, C, D, E, F, none of them had anything to do with it. So, there's still 70 hostages. Now, let's ask another question. How many political prisoners, Palestinian political prisoners, does Israel have? There's another question I was wanting to ask Grok. So it's not precise, right? So we know precisely to the exact number how many hostages, but when it comes to how many Palestinians they have, the exact number of Palestinian political prisoners held by Israel is not precisely confirmed. The most recent detailed figures come from sources reporting on the ceasefire agreement that began in January 2025 prior to the ceasefire on January 19th. 2025, it was estimated that Israel had approximately 10,400 Palestinians in its prisons, excluding detainees arrested in Gaza during the preceding 15 months of conflict. This number is cited by the Palestinian Commission of Detainee Affairs and the Palestinian Prisoners Society. Since the ceasefire took effect, Israel has released some prisoners as part of the agreement with Hamas. By February 15th, 369 Palestinian prisoners and detainees have been released, with Israel committing to release over 1,000 Gazan detainees who did not participate in October 7th. Adjusting for these releases, the number of Palestinian political prisoners could be estimated at around 10,000. Or slightly below as of early March 2025, assuming no significant additional arrests or releases have occurred since late February. However, this figure remains uncertain because there's ongoing arrest. Israel has continued arrest operations with over 11,400 Palestinians detained in the West Bank. Since October 7th, Gaza detainees, a number of Gazans held in military camps or under the unlawful combatants law, is not fully accounted for in public tallies, with estimates suggesting that at least 1,618 as of October 2024 and possibly more administrative detention, a significant portion, around 3,398 as of October 2024, are held without charge or trial under administrative detention. For a more precise count, Adamir Prisoner Support and Human Rights Association reported 10,000 political prisoners as of February 5th. God damn. Including 3,369 administrative detainees. 365 children and 15 female prisoners. However, this does not reflect subsequent releases or potential new detentions in the past month. Earlier in July 2024, Israel's Shin Bet chief claimed a much higher figure of 21,000, though this has not been consistently corroborated. So 10,000, right? Okay, yeah, there's 70 hostages that's still left, but they got 10,000 Palestinians. So how about release the 70 when you release the 10,000? They're also mowing the grass and bombing here and there, destroying fucking schools, destroying hospitals, bombing refugee camps. It seems to be there's nobody that they won't kill. If anything, it's like they won't just outright just kill them all, because that would just be too big of a horror. You know, then that means everything that everybody was saying was fucking true. Genocide's the worst damn crime you could commit. 300,000 fucking kids is a lot of goddamn kids to kill. There's a couple things I had read in articles. We will not leave the Philadelphia corridor. So America just sent $4 billion to Israel. $4 billion on top of fucking $8 billion on top of $25 billion. This is just Joe Biden fucking 2.0. This is Harry Truman all the way up to motherfucking today. Why do we goddamn suck Israel's dick so fucking much? My God, Americans just love that Israeli fucking dick. Every American just wants to get on their fucking knees and suck that Israeli dick. Israel's the reason why we was against Nelson Mandela. And then Bin Laden, we thought he was a fucking hero, right? We gave a whole bunch of weapons to Bin Laden, and then we turned our backs on Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was like Jesus Christ on the cross, like Martin Luther King Jr. Hey! Shut up! Shut up! Tired of you fucking up my goddamn video, man! Are you barking just because I'm talking? There's injustice in the world and I want to point it out, man. I don't think our media is doing the fucking job, and I don't think we have the moral goddamn spirit to fucking stand up for what's right. People want to say might is right. Right has got to be fucking might. Right has got to be stronger than the might. Right has got to be mightier than might. Right has got to be mightier than might. You understand that? They're bombing the food supplies. They're going to break the second part of the fucking phase 2. This was all for show. This ceasefire deal is bullshit. And everybody fucking knew it. Putin's already broke 25 ceasefires. Yeah, let's sign another fucking ceasefire. Israel's been breaking ceasefire since 2005. Thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, neighbor's land, neighbor's ox. Where are the Christians at? Where are the people that read the Old Testament? Isn't the Ten Commandments a part of the goddamn Israeli fucking moral code? These fucking pricks want to go ahead and break the Establishment Clause. Oh, we're going to put up the Ten Commandments. Okay, then why don't you follow them? Why don't you follow the Ten Commandments? Can you even do that? They're already breaking everything. They're breaking everything. $4 billion. America just gave $4 extra billion bypassing Congress. We got unlimited fucking money. When it came to the universal health care, everybody asked, how are we going to pay for it? How are we going to pay for genocide? How are we going to keep paying for genocide? Where's that money coming from? How can we afford genocide? How can we afford it in our souls? How can we afford it in our pocketbooks? Why do we have unlimited pockets for genocide when we have homelessness on our streets? Poor people, Police brutality, people getting shot. How? How is that possible? And people want to bitch about people who need food or houses. Americans need food and houses. We ain't even taking care of ourselves. And yet we're going to finance fucking genocide. We will not leave the Philadelphia corridor. We will not allow the Hamas murderers to again roam our borders with pickup trucks and guns. We will not allow them to rearm through smuggling. Satellite images obtained by Al Jazeera earlier this month showed the Israeli military had begun new construction in the area around the border. Remember Rachel Corrie? Rachel Corrie thought that she could just stand in front of the bulldozer and they wouldn't run over an American. They wouldn't run over a white woman. Remember the USS Liberty? They bombed us, man. They got universal health care. We are so fucking beholden to these assholes. Netanyahu says he plays us like a fucking fiddle. Like a puppet. He plays us. We're getting played. 77 years after the Nakba, the people of Palestine are a people of resistance. They would rather die in Gaza than to fucking move anywhere. Most of the people that live in Gaza today were victims, or their families, their ancestors were victims of the first Nakba in 1948 with Truman. 70% of the 2.3 million are descendants of those forced to flee militia violence during the first Nakba. Their villages and towns subsumed by Israel today. The vast majority yearn to return to their homelands, just like Palestinians similarly rendered refugees but haven't fled to the occupied West Bank or neighboring countries due to the Nakba. Many, like Abu Ghassan, are determined never to be uprooted from what's left of Palestine. Israel wants to expel all of us, but that's impossible. None of us will leave. Dying here would be better. Abu Ghassan has already been uprooted 5 times since Israel's war on Gaza began. None of us will leave. Dying here would be better. The Palestinian people are a people of resistance. Are you about to kill 2.3 million people because you want Trump hotels on the beach? You know, we got beaches here that don't have fucking hotels. We got undeveloped land in America. Sitting there talking about the rest of the fucking world and trying to take their shit. Why don't we just focus on ourselves and try to make us the best damn country we could fucking be, because we've clearly neglected ourselves. China's got futuristic fucking trains, futuristic fucking skyscrapers. They got bullet trains, skyscrapers. They even got smart cars, smart trains, smart cars, smart skyscrapers. Everything's smart in fucking China. Everything's fucking stupid here. We were supposed to be the country that led the entire world when it came to constitution and democracy and elections and Bill of Rights and freedoms. Whither has America gone? Whither has the spirit of America gone? Make America great again? Where? When? Segregation? Slavery? How about the revolution? Is that what you're talking about? The Federalists? Go back to the Federalist parties? Go back to the Federalist Papers? How many Federalist Papers have you motherfuckers read? You know about the enumerated powers, right? Enumerated powers means you only have the powers that the Constitution has delegated to you. We're not at war with Gaza. Congress could easily stand up against this shit. I think you can bank on the Constitution. They're breaking the 14th Amendment, the 22nd Amendment. Bank on the Constitution.